think it's streaming. Yep, I'm live. Just checked on my phone. Cool. Okay, well, welcome to today's live session. We are just doing some more vibe coding. We got the Slayer fixed last time, I believe. And so now what we are doing is fixing global punch sounds being heard, which I might not be able to show you as it may have already been fixed right now. Okay, it rebuilt the executable. Now what that means is I have to manually copy this. We can see that it manually built it because the modified time is 2:55 p.m. and it's only 2:56. We put this on the server to replace the executable here. Then we don't even need to rerun the browser executable. Alright, now it's in the right place. Let's host a game. And on our browser, let's join the game. And let's go ahead and configure the settings to show all of the features that are working currently, and then figure out what else we need to fix. So here's the Slayer. I think I clicked the wrong one maybe. Oh, 2 Slayers, that's fine. So on the client we are joined. The host is going to start. The first thing we fixed today was punching. Was if I punched on the host, you could hear it on the client no matter the distance. The thing we just fixed was punching the wall. Punching the wall also does not make a sound when we are right next to the client. That is perfect. Let's go to the host. I'm sorry, when we're not near the client. As I get closer to this, we should hear the punch sounds more and more progressively. Yep, you hear that? Perfect. And same with the wall thuds. We should be able to... Yep, and they should go away the further we get. Let's see. I'm still hearing that thud. Yeah, I'm still hearing that thud. So we're gonna have to go back to GPT. Okay. Unarmed swings are good, are distant relative for sound, but the wall punches are still coming through. Now, let me double test this because I thought it wasn't originally coming through. So let me just, because if I give it the wrong error mode or failure mode, then it's not gonna give me an accurate fix. So this one will be easy. We're just gonna start the game. Let's see. And do some punches. So on the host. Wait, that is the client. On the host. Yep, it is still doing it. So that is a valid failure mode. So we're going to turn off the executable. We're going to go back to here and say wall punches are still coming through globally. And anyone who's tuned in along with this, I appreciate you watching. I've just started making videos and publishing them, so they are quite unpolished compared to the YouTubers I'm used to. But it's content. I hope it's helpful, because all the other flashy content about AI doesn't really show the processes they used. So, oh, and also, I believe somebody on Reddit told me, asked me, why aren't you using the desktop app? And then I asked myself, why aren't I using the desktop app? Because a lot of my workflow was having to copy and paste things out of terminal in my system to the web application, and that seemingly disappeared. So I really appreciate that comment. I always build first and ask later, cut twice, measure 4 times after. I don't know, this is just my workflow. I like having fun. Okay. Let's go ahead and copy the new executable over. It was created just 1 minute ago, so we know that that is the correct one. Replace the one on my server. It's funny, it always says folder in use, even when it's not. Sometimes I have to just spam it to get it to go. Host a game. Let's go. Host the game. Go into my browser. Join the game. Set items that I find are interesting. Let's see, let's turn off that music for a second. Alrighty. Let's see. Oh, I remember the next thing to pick up. I think the next thing to fix. I think are pickup items off of dead people. I believe that is not currently working for the host. Okay, this is the host. We're supposed to hear that. I mean, this is the client, and the client is punching. We're supposed to hear that. All right, we're not hearing that. That's good. What about when we hit the wall? Good. How about when we move towards the client? I hear it now, vaguely. How about wall punches? Yep. Wall punches and everything work. Perfect. Okay, that's a successful build, so that we're going to have to test it another way. So that's excellent, though. That is a successful build with the sounds fixed and the Slayer is currently fixed. So I'm going to actually manually back up this build because it's a very good one. So we're going to go ahead and delete this, copy this, and we're going to push it to GitHub just because it's a good one. So in this address, Okay, so we're just pushing this to GitHub and we're gonna test it because every time I get a decent milestone, I do that. A decent milestone without regression, specifically. Because sometimes you can move forward in one part and move back in another, and that's why the way that you QA and test must be rigorous. Sometimes you got to rerun old tests on sometimes builds that are very far from when that test was necessitated. Um, and that way you don't have to code. If you're not going to code, you have to test and test and test and test and test and test. Um, and then you get to an answer eventually. So after we get this, I'm going to test the one-liner on GitHub because I rely on those. Um, after I publish and commit something, I tend to delete a lot of the dev files because I can make redundant copies everywhere. And then so that one-liner is useful not only on the dev machine to pull up the most recent build every single time with all of the most recent files, but on clean machines I can also test it with usually one or two commands. And so I rely on it in that way. Because otherwise, what would you be doing? You'd be downloading the like I don't feel like going through any of those steps on a client machine when I'm testing. I just want to hit the test button, to be honest. And so I make a test button, or I make a button that says close to testing. Let's see if it pushed that. It did. Okay, so then we're gonna go back to here, turn off the browser, and test my one-liners. So we're gonna close this and close this. And here is the browser. We will start this on the server, and we will start this on the client. So good, at least it loaded. Let's do hosting a public game and see that all the fixes are still there. Refresh, there's the public game. Waiting for the host to get in here. Should only take a moment. There it is. Let's go configure the host. Give it the Slayer, because I'm going to show that one took a while, because it was like a similar thing with server authority and just having to like it's complicated to fix the Slayer. And when I say complicated, I mean there's a lot of testing and iterations involved, and we got it working. All right, so that's good. Let's try throwing punches as the host. Host doesn't hear, client doesn't hear it. That's perfect. Where is the client? Client's in that room. I think that room is just right over here. So we should start hearing the punches. Yep. There we go. And how about the wall thuds? Yep. Perfect. So the client is not going to just hear the host sounds globally anymore. That's what we needed to fix. The next thing we need to fix... Well, right now I'm just going to show that the Slayer is still perfect. And this is from the client end. So, yep, we get a perfect turning radius. It starts up just the normal speed as before. God, I love this weapon. I can't believe they had this available on a N64. Really, really cool. There they are. So I should have gotten a kill on that. No? Let's see. Maybe I missed them too much. Let's see. Let's try making it easier. Go over here. Oh, I need rockets. Let me go get some of those. So, let's go try to find them again. It's like a Predator missile from Call of Duty, but released in 1990 whatever. Let's see if I can get them. Let's see, and I think I got them. Still didn't get them? I feel like that should have been a kill, to be honest. let's see if I can get a kill as the host and see if there's something wonky going on. It did take my health down, but I feel like that should have been a insta kill, unless heroes are harder than the meat sims, which is definitely potentially true. Okay, let's get this one going and see if the Slayer is more of an insta kill type weapon on the host. So yes, it is an insta kill on the host. I don't think it was an insta kill for the client, which is strange. Another issue I fixed was the Phoenix Blaster was sending 2 explosions at the place where it was fired, but each of these problems you can fix them in just a few minutes. So here's the client. Can it even... So it can pick up its own dropped weapons, that's good. But I know that it can't pick up other people's dropped weapons. Alright, let's test this out and see if this is an insta-kill now. It really should be. Okay. I wonder if it's because of the distance that, like, maybe it drops off. Anyway, let's keep testing, and let's see if we can pick up their weapon, drops. Yeah, okay, I can pick up their weapon drops, it's just the sim weapon drops I can't pick up. So let's go find them again, and test this one more time. But this is cool, this is running off the one-liner that we just put on GitHub, so, you can run it, no problem. Let's see, where are they? Right there. Let's see if it's still not a one-hit kill. Okay, let's see. Right to the body. Oh, it was a one-hit kill. Good. Now, I think it shows that error every time, so let me catch that really quick. Okay. Okay, we caught that error, and we are making solid progress forward today. It's a lot easier to apply the updates when ChatGPT is running on the system. Pretty embarrassing that I wasn't doing that before, but hey, what can you do? Okay. So wait, no, then we need to test another thing. We need to test the failure mode for simulants dropping weapons. So let's get some sims in here. So that's the other thing I'm pretty proud of, is the simulants are working much better than they were before. So let's see if we can get one that has a weapon, kill it, and then see if we can pick up that weapon. Where is this guy? I'm gonna try to not pick up weapons. Okay, he's running to get a shield. And I cannot pick up his mag sec, and his body spawned above the ground. Okay, so that's 2 failure modes. Let's try to have it debug both of them. Okay, great. Next. Hello? You're speaking with Thor, you're gonna want to take this number off. Yeah, man. Yeah, wrong person. Alright, take care. Just got a call from my old work. Very awkward. It's like a big company. Anyway. Okay, so that's gonna go for a while. Turn up this music a little bit. the way, music is by Lo-Fi Girl. Okay, so the thing we're testing now is, do they still fall and then levitate there? And can the host pick up their weapons? So we're just gonna start the game on the client, or on the host, and then play on the client. So let me not pick up too many guns, although I think I hear the Phoenix Blaster. So they have a Falcon. Oops, let's see if I can pick up their gun. I cannot. What about his gun? I cannot. What about his gun? Nope. Okay, so failure mode's still present. We're gonna go ahead and cancel out of this. Okay. We're gonna cancel out of this. Well, let's go test that I can pick up the weapons over on this client. I think I should be able to. Let's see. Well, here, why don't I kill it on the client? Where am I at? Oh, I already closed the game. Whoops. Let's see if we can get this working. See, all I want to do is kill one of them and see if I can pick up their weapon. Alright, let's go see. Again, it's weird because I have to mostly use arrow keys for this part. Let's see. Don't really care about that. I care about him. Can I pick up his stuff? Yes, the host can pick up, but the client cannot, so we have verified that failure mode. Okay. Nope. Client cannot pick up. Oh, wait a minute. I had to test another thing too. Crap. I want to see if they fall on the ground now when they die, or if it's still, they fall upwards. Gotta see what I mean. If you're not gonna code, you gotta know everything else about the program. All of how it responds and under what conditions, and then you can kind of get away with not knowing what the code does. But you got to work in different ways though. Let's see. All right, let's see if there's still invalid bot in. Oh, that's fine. I put one in I put one where I shouldn't have put it. It's probably going to keep repeating that error. All right. Let's see. That's funny. It's because it's he's in the 5th slot instead of the 4th slot. It's only good to go to 4 slots right now. Okay, so the body still hovers above every time. Let's see. Come on. Yep, every time. Okay. And look at that error. Uh, that's funny. Okay. So alright, so we're just gonna ask it to try again. See? It says try again, and I try again, and it works. Oh, I've already got perfect art going. Hold on. I think I loaded this from the wrong one. Oh, it's so slow when you load it from the wrong directory. Okay. Let's go back to the correct directory and load it. There we go. Join this. And let's go ahead and set some simulants. Alright, let's see if we can pick up weapons on the client. There's a Phoenix Blaster in here for easy killing. Okay, I don't want to pick up any other weapons really. Come on, buddy. Where are you at? What's he got, a mag sack? Okay. Hey, we picked up the mag sack. Alright. What's he got, a falcon or anything? Oh, and they fall on the ground. 2 fixes in 1. Wow. Whoever told me to use the GPT desktop app deserves a medal. Because I would have had to do so much. I put like 4 or 5 prompts in this time, and I didn't have to copy and paste a single thing. So thank you so much. I think the next thing I want to turn off is auto aim. Because honestly, it seems a little buggy. And I don't know that it's necessary when you're not working with an N64 controller. I think we could just, honestly, probably make the reticle a little better somehow. Yeah, I guess it's working here. Look at that, so cool, picking up all their items. Have I got a dual Phoenix yet? No. So I can get a dual Phoenix. Dual Phoenix is fun. But yeah, so this is cool. The next thing I can demonstrate is that this works over the public internet. Right now we're just playing on LAN, but I can change that. Let's go ahead and change that. Let's get this game quit too. So I can go ahead and get on a VPN. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, good. It seems like it picked it up. So if I go and host this game, and then I go and join it, see how it is showing as 27100. And we're on a VPN now, so we're going to point the game at a different IP than the local IP. We're going to point it at the external DNS, and you'll see we got joined. I could furthermore test this. I tested this the other day. It works with a third computer all on VPN, which is cool because when I was testing out Merc's build, which has like all of the fixes that I'm working on, like you might be like, why are you even building one? And it's because when I was, well, for 2 reasons. I already started building it, and I find the whole process to be pretty fun. And also, their one, it didn't work over the public internet like mine did. When I port forwarded and tried playing theirs, it had like a frozen screen error. And at that point, I was just kind of like, well, mine didn't have a frozen screen, so I kept playing with mine. But there's a good chance that I'll go back into theirs, because it was just more comprehensive. What do we get? A Falcon 2. How's a Falcon 2 on the automatic list? There's the host. There was the host. Let's see. What's this? Oh, I love this gun. This is like the gun the bad guys have. When you're in follow lock on. Let's go ahead and test this bad boy out. Wow, that's awesome. What do we get? We get a dragon. AR-34. Oh, I remember this gun. Oh, how do I get back out of the scope? Oh, there we go. Oh, the laptop gun too is really cool. Get that picked up. It's so cool that now that you can pick up all the weapons, makes the game feel a lot more like you're playing it. The laptop gun is so cool. Check out what it does. It's like a little turret you can throw. You can go pick it up too. Pretty sure you can. You have to be unarmed to pick it up. Let's see. What was the trick to get it? Yeah, the trick is to be unarmed. So yeah, I mean, these sims are very easy just because they're set to meet. And, oh, got... Beautiful. Well, that's cool. I forgot what we were testing immediately. I think we're on a good build now, though, actually. Yeah, no, this is a good build. We're gonna freeze it. Because that's a very good build. It fixed 2 errors in one, and I think that's pretty cool. So we're gonna go ahead and close out all the executables that are part of that build, and just that build supersedes this copy, so we're gonna make another copy and have it commit to that branch again, just so we have a latest working edition. Oops. Okay. Beautiful. Corpse death animation fixed. Weapons. Pick upable by client. Have frozen copy here. Please push and commit to GitHub here. Let's see. NetTree Simulant Lobby latest. That's where I want it to go. And may end the live stream after that, just because it's a pretty logical stopping point. Also, I have food coming. But yeah, this is working with AI to change already compiled comprehensive code bases. I was doing this manually before with copy and pasting and opening the different terminals, which seems so silly, probably for the people who were watching who knew about this. Yeah, I agree, it was silly, but it did teach me about the workflow that it's doing behind each build. It's having to open different bashes and different terminals and run these commands, and it can pull things from certain lines of the code and do selective searches. It's pretty cool. So we're just gonna test this committed version in a minute, and I think that's all I'll have for you for today. Unless I get super bored again and stream up again today when I think of something else to fix. But that seems to be the things that I... Alright, it was pushed 20 seconds ago. But it's still running, so I'm gonna give it a second. Oh, that was 40 minutes. Okay, no, it hasn't finished running yet. Ooh, it's dropping a stash. Wonder what's in its loot box. That was stupid. But it's doing it again. Maybe something stashed. Alright, it says it's committed. Let's see if that's true. Should say it was pushed like seconds ago. Yep. Let's start the master server. Make sure that's still working in the on the host. How many power shells do I gotta open that are extra? Let's do it on there. Oh boy. So that's the master server. We're gonna start it. And then we're gonna start the browser as well. I'm gonna start the browser on both computers. And on this computer, we're gonna go ahead and host a public game. And on this computer, we should see that public game listed. We can join it. And then now we're both joined. We're gonna configure it with Simulant. Oops. Whoops. Right there. Alright, whoop. Okay, and then we're gonna do automatics again because I found those weapons to be pretty fun. So I'll know that this one works with all the other changes, or I can restart with a Slayer, but I'll really know if it's working and it's the latest build if I can pick up their weapons. What's he got? He has the same weapon as me, so that's not going to be very helpful. But this guy did not. He has a laptop gun. Now I have a laptop gun. Let's go ahead and get more ammo for it. Where is this guy? So it does appear to be the latest build. God, this weapon's so cool. This whole game is so cool, to be honest. Like, for when it was released, for all the features it had, I think it's really cool. I mean, I think it's the only N64 game that is kind of like this, and it's just so comprehensive for what it was. I feel like so many games you play nowadays are just so cookie cutter that it's, you know, they'll release a new version of it, and it's essentially the same game with all the same features. This is a game I would have loved to see the sequel of, just because the original is so great. I mean, so it's cool that they have the net port and we can play it now. And I think it's cool that every time I work on this version, it gets a little better. I think honestly the next thing I want to turn off is the auto aim. Or, yeah, I think the auto aim is probably unnecessary for keyboard and mouse. I think just a better cursor could do better. So, okay, that's really all I have for you for this one. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you have a good one.